Hello there, welcome to VIK-TA Learning website. My name is Miriam, your favorite adult educator. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to be looking at lifelong learning. And by the end of this video, you are going to master the art of learning as an adult. Now, I'm going to give you 5 points that are going to assist you in your learning process as an adult. These 5 points are very vital to your learning process. And for that reason, allow me to recommend you for the step that you have taken to increase your learning ability and your learning capacity as an adult. Now, the first point in this video is understanding why learn as an adult. And the second point, we are going to look at some myths that are associated with adult learning. We are going to see just how these myths are busted in this video. And thirdly, we are going to understand why it is important for you as an adult to embrace your unique learning styles that are going to help us along the way in our learning process. And aside from that, why not learn with some fun added in it? So we are going to see in this video just how you can bring in fun in your learning process to make it a little bit more interesting, and so that you can also grasp nicely as an adult. So we are going to begin with the first point, which is why learn as an adult. Now, we all know that learning is a lifelong process, and we all know that as an adult, it is important to learn because it boosts our brain power. Learning keeps our mind sharp, improves memory, and enhances problem-solving skills. Now, every time when we learn, every time when we study, our mind is always learning new things. We discover that we remain sharp, we remain alert, and our memory improves as adults. The second reason is why learn as an adult. The second reason is career advancement. You may want to improve in the career that you are on right now. You may want to improve, and therefore it is important for you to learn as an adult so that you can improve your career. Staying relevant in your current field. Learning as an adult in your career helps you to stay relevant and explore new skills, which can open better doors for you. Take, for instance, at a workplace. If you improve your learning, you advance your career, you may get that promotion that you have been eyeing on. So it is very important to learn as an adult. And thirdly, for personal growth. Now, we all know that life, as it is a learning process, we also evolve as humans. We go through different stages of life, and we grow in life. So it is also important to learn and grow intellectually for the purpose of personal growth. Learning new things keeps life interesting. It fosters creativity and boosts self-confidence. So secondly, we are going to understand learning myths. Now, we all understand that adult learning is associated with so many myths. So we are going to see myth number 1. I'm too old to learn. I'm too old to learn. You may be thinking, I'm too old to learn. That is why on VIK-TA Learning website, we give you the necessary information, the vital knowledge that you need to accompany you on your learning process so that you can achieve your goals. Now, it is not true that you are too old to learn. This is just a myth. It's nothing but a myth. The brain is constantly forming new connections. The brain is constantly forming new connections. You can learn anything at any time and any age. Now, we all know that we have different ways of learning, and we all know that learning is not only confined to a classroom. So even as an adult, in anything adventure that you involve yourself into, any life endeavor, you discover that there are some lessons in it. Even just the life experiences that we encounter, you discover that there are some lessons in it. Now, I love the third point because that's what makes you unique as an adult. And this point is embracing your learning style. Now, it is very important as an adult to embrace your learning style because that is what authentically makes you you. That is what keeps you going, and that's what helps you grasp the knowledge that you need to grasp as an adult. So, visual learning as an adult, maybe your learning style is visual learning. You use pictures, diagrams, and mind maps to retain information. So the second one is auditory learner. Learn through lectures, podcasts, and audiobooks. Now, if you have, if you can access certain audiobooks, if you can have books, if you can, attend lectures, you are an audio learner. If you can do this and you can increase and access, please, I would love to encourage you today that you should be able to do that in order to enhance your learning. Now, the third is kinesthetic learning. Learn by doing. Take workshop, practice new skills. Now, if you hear of any workshop from this video, please do go there, do attend and learn. Do practice new skills. If you want to learn how to bake, if you want to learn how to anything that you may feel as though is of interest to you, please, I would like to encourage you today to take up that challenge and learn new skill and practice new skills. Embrace your learning style as an adult so that you may be effective in your learning process and thus being more effective in achieving your ultimate goals. The third one is some learning hacks for busy adults. Now, we all know that in this life as adults, we wear so many hats. We are mothers, we are lecturers, we are teachers. So many hats. And therefore, it is important to multitask. It is important to know what lessons work well for you, what hacks work well for you. And for this reason, it is my pleasure to share with you certain hacks that are going to help you in your busy schedule to carry on with your goals, so that your goals do not lag, so that when you focus on this area, the other area does not lag. So the first hack that I'm going to give you is micro learning. Break down complex topics into bite-sized chunks, 10 to 15 minutes for daily learning. Now, you may have a whole book that you may want to read. For instance, if you are an auditory learner and you have accessed some books that you may want to read to gain some knowledge, and therefore you do not have the time to finish reading the book in 2-3 days, in one day, it is important to divide into bite-sized chunks, something that you can be able to do in a day within the shortest period of time that you are able to access, so that the day does not go by without you doing anything towards the advancement of your intellectual ability. The second point is find your learning zone. It is important as adults to identify the time of the day when you are most focused and scheduled learning lessons. So when you discover that in today's I am busy, I have this meeting at hours, I have this meeting at 15, and I have the other meeting at 16, it is very important to also see at which time you are most active and which time you are not busy. And in that time, do schedule a learning session that you may go to, and for 10-15 minutes you learn something and come back to it, and also turning learning into a habit. Now, it is important for you to turn learning into a habit, because everything that we do every day becomes a habit, and every habit produces a behavior, and behavior produces a character. And therefore, it is important that you make learning habitual each and every day, so that you learn, and by the end of the day, you become who you want to become in that space, that facet of life that you wish to become in that intellectual space. So the fourth point is making learning fun and engaging. Now, it is said that all learning, no play makes Jack a dull boy. So it is very important, even in our learning process, that we are able to engage some fun into the learning process, that it may become much more interesting. So we may also easily grasp that which we would love to learn. So learn with a friend. That is one of the ways that you can make learning interesting. Maybe when you're alone, it may bore you, but if you learn with a friend, they can ask you certain questions, or they can actually share what they have learned with you, and you can also share what you have learned with them. So join online communities or find a study buddy for motivation and support. And the second is turn learning into a game. It doesn't have to be all serious and all focused. You can turn it into a game. You focus on a game, and at the end of the day, the focus on the game gains you some knowledge. Use apes, use quizzes, interact on platforms to make learning fun. Reward yourself. Lastly, reward yourself. Celebrate your learning milestones. Treat yourself to something you enjoy. Now, it doesn't have to be, big milestones. Even the smallest of milestones, celebrate them. Reward yourself with them, so that tomorrow again, you can find the strength to do it again. Now remember, set smart goals in your process of learning. Set smart goals. Be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. Time-bound goals will keep you on track. Ready to get started. Be ready to get started. After this video, do share what you have learned, and do share how you plan to implement the hacks and the few points that I have shared with you in this video to begin to put them into practice. Identify your learning goals. That is how you can begin. Identify your learning goals. What are your learning goals? What would you like to achieve at the end of the lesson? Explore learning resources. What are the resources that you may want to use? Is it reading a book? Is it attending a lecture? Is it through visual? Is it audio? Is it all those kind of things? So take action. Take action. Start learning today. Even small steps can lead to big results. So identify your goal and begin to implement. Take action towards your goal. Even the smallest step, do take it, and it will help you along the way. Now, I have a quiz for you. It's a 3-minute quiz that I would love you to answer as I come to a close of this video. What is one benefit of learning as an adult? What is one benefit of learning as an adult? A, improved memory. B, stronger muscles. C, faster reflexes. Now that is question 1. Now do come back with the answers with this quiz. 2, which is a myth about adult learning? A, you need a formal setting. B, your brain can't learn new things. C, learning is boring. Learning is boring. 3, what is an example of a micro-learning technique? Micro-learning technique. A, taking a 1-week course. B, reading a textbook in a day. C, spending 15 minutes daily on a learning app. Question 4, how can you make learning more engaging? A, force yourself to focus. B, learn with a friend. C, only study in silence. 5, what is the first step to becoming a lifelong learner? What is the first step to becoming a lifelong learner? A, find a mentor. Identify your learning goals. Choose a learning resource. Bonus, share your learning goals and preferred learning styles in the chat below. Congratulations, you've completed the lifelong learning training. Keep exploring and keep learning your lessons. Now, when you are done with this quiz, do let me know how it goes with you. And thank you so much for joining me in today's lifelong learning. I believe by now you have mastered the art of learning as an adult, and I believe you will implement the points, the relevant skills and knowledge that you have acquired in this video, and I urge you to begin to act now. Remember, identify your life goals and act on them. And every little step that you take will give you bigger results. So do not forget to divide into bite-sized chunks that you may be able to achieve your ultimate goals. This has been Miriam, your favorite adult educator. Now do join me next time on our next video with a very interesting topic. Ciao, ciao.